Buenos dias y bienvenidos, mis amigos. If you clicked on this video, this is a sign that you are in the right place at the right time. An airplane literally just went by. So I pulled some runes, and you have the warrior, the torch, the road. Here, let me see. 1 second. Yeah, you have the road and luck. So I don't know if that's clicking for you, but it's clicking for me, babes. You are a motherfucking spiritual warrior, lighting the way with your torch. I've been reading this book on Hecate, and Hecate could be very significant to you. Her energy is coming towards you. She's handing you a torch. She is giving you the torch. Also, hair in the mouth could be significant. Yeah. Anyways, Hecate is known as the torchbearer, and there's a story of, Persephone, and I don't remember her name. Whenever she was looking for Persephone, the mother of Persephone was looking for her, Hecate was the only one that came and listened to her cry. Hecate was the only one that came with a solution or tried to help her. So Hecate took the person and went with her torch down to hell to find Persephone, and which is why it went to winter, and whenever they came back, it came back to spring or whatever. It's because she took the warmth, she took the torch. But there's something about this in metaphoric terms, or whatever the fuck, that is Hecate taking and shining light into the darkness, into the depths of the mind, into the darkest parts of the self, and finding that and bringing it back to light. There's something like that. There's something about an inner star. Oh my god, this didn't make sense until right now. There's something about an inner star that has been trapped, that has been, what is it called? I'm hearing subdued. I don't know what subdued means. You could look it up. But look up what subdued means. It's very significant. Yeah, there's a part that's just been cut off from the rest and never really had a voice to advocate for itself. Never really had a voice to advocate for itself until now. The torch, Hecate's torch, is helping bring this. There's some type of like inner star, some type of like inner confidence, or I don't know, maybe you was a kid and you wanted to sing, and you would sing all the time around the house, and like maybe your people weren't against it, but they weren't very supportive of it. They didn't push you into it, or maybe they would say things like, oh, things like that don't happen for people like us, or just stuff like that. It's something like that. Like maybe you loved art, you were really good at it in middle school, I don't know, something that you really loved and were confident and in your power, has been locked away, not only by you but by the people around you. And because you have advocated for yourself and cut off the people who were trying to tie you down, it's like you're reversing the effects. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to somebody that has paved their own path. I'm talking to somebody that has gone their own way. I'm talking to somebody that thinks for themselves, because you are not the type of person that would stay where people are what is it called, dimming you down. I was hearing dumbing you down. People could have thrown low jabs at you, tried to act a certain way with you, act like you're not all that, or even, it doesn't even have to be like having to act like you're all that. It could be, just treating you like shit, bullying you, making you feel like you're not enough, playing on your insecurities. People, it's like this arrow. Whenever I pulled this out of the bag, I wanted to place it down. But whenever I looked at the symbols, I realized that it was meant to go up. Oh shit, I'm still putting it down. It's supposed to look like this, but I thought, oh, it's like a teardrop. It's supposed to look like this. No. I don't know, that feels significant in some type of way. People thought they were supposed to put you down. I don't know if you have like spiritual, what are they called? Spiritual family members, or people that are just aware of spiritual karmic things and stuff like that. You see, who was acting all high and mighty? Who was acting all high and mighty in your life, talking about you were the problem and they weren't? There's a lot of projection onto you as a child. And I want you to know that even though you were projected onto like that, you were being protected through it. Your mind was protected. Your mind was being shielded in some type of way. Even though they were tying you down, Spirit was keeping your mind safe. Even though they were telling you you're this, you're that, putting you down when they were supposed to be picking you up. Putting you down when they were supposed to be picking you up. Spirit was there protecting you. And that could be hard to hear, especially if you went through some hard and heavy things. Spirit wants you to know that they were protecting you in the best way that they could. You might have let this person go. I'm getting that you have, but if you haven't, please let these people, these persons, this situation go. But yeah, the more that you separate yourself from these people, the more that you're going to realize that you are the star. I was seeing this post the other day it was like a little video of this girl saying how she's gonna hold on to her human emotions, because in one point in time she was a star, begging and wishing on those human emotions, begging and wishing to be a human being rather than just a star. And that just like clicked a lot for me. I was like, damn, is that what ascension is? And then it goes back to the whole simulation and, not trying to get too political. And honestly, I don't know how you can get political about that shit. And honestly, I really don't care what you have to say if you have something to say about it. But yeah, it's just a theory in the books. And it's just like, remember that the pain is just as worthy and valuable as the happiness. Because without the pain, you wouldn't be able to experience the happiness in the way that you do, if that makes sense. For example, someone that's never had to sleep outside would not feel the same happiness that a person who has had to sleep outside when sitting on a hill. You feel me? Like, a person who has had to sleep outside and no longer has to sleep outside, going and sitting on a hill and enjoying the sunset is like a whole thing of emotions of, I no longer have to sleep on this hill, but this hill once was my home. You know what I'm saying? But to a person who's never had to sleep outside, they don't look at the hill like that. They don't look at the moment as, like, they might be like, oh, pretty sunset, nice hill. But the person who has went through the pain has so much more appreciation and gratefulness and happiness and joy just in the fact that they're sitting there and not having to sleep there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a double-edged sword. And I keep on like wanting to cry. Like, there's such a double-edged sword. But in the end, it's all worth it. In the end, it really is all worth it. And Spirit wants you to know that you are worthy. Like, I'm getting that someone here may like have some moments where they are sitting, in their room alone or something and crying about feeling lonely or crying about things that have happened to them. And this is not to say to not cry, because cry, definitely cry. Let those emotions move through you, but don't let you lose hope. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can get so easy, like, to get caught up in the what you don't have right now. You don't even realize how far you've come. If you have been surrounded by narcissistic people your whole life, and you finally take the step to go on your own journey and cut off all of those people, you might be happy that you're not surrounded by those narcissistic people, but now you're alone. And that's something else to be sad about. So it's like trying to retrain your brain into realizing that two things can be true at the same time. You can be happy and sad at the same time. And if you are realizing that, I want you to know that you're leveling up. Yeah. Also, something about peaches and cream, something about cream is significant. You are paving the path. You have the power in your hands. This is like one of those moments I'm hearing you can become the hero or the villain, but was the villain ever really a villain? Is there really a hero and a villain? You might be a villain in some people's eyes for choosing yourself, but you are a hero to yourself for choosing yourself. You might be a villain for going against people you love's beliefs, but you are a hero for choosing to choose your own beliefs to yourself. Like, you're a hero to yourself. And it's like, it's just, I'd rather be a hero to myself than a villain to myself. Because whenever you become a villain to yourself, you start becoming a villain genuinely to others. Genuinely. People who want you to choose them over you are the villains. Perception versus reality is it's a double-edged sword. Being aware is a double-edged sword. But Spirit wants you to know, no matter how many cups you may lose, how many cups may break, how many cups may fall over, there is always more available to you when you go looking for it, when you go and get it on your own. Because if you're just expecting someone to give you a cup full of water, they don't have to give you a cup full of water. They could break your cup, and say that there's no more cups for you. That's it. You're done. But you going and searching for your own cup, you going and searching for your own water and finding it, that's so powerful. You carry your torch. You carry your torch. And Hecate wants to help heal the pain. Hecate wants to help heal the pain. Hecate wants you to feel the other side. Hecate wants you to feel the no longer having to sleep on the hill, but getting to sit on the hill and enjoy it as a hill. You know what I mean? I hope you do. I think you do. Yeah, that's all I have to say. You are the torch bearer. Bear your torch with confidence. Don't be afraid to go within yourself. And don't be afraid to say no to people. Don't be afraid to be your own hero. Because you deserve a hero. No one's gonna be your hero if you can't be your own hero. Peace. Adios, amigos.